I'm your host, Dale Titt, along with my co-host, Alex. Hey, Alex.
Dale, it's great to be here. Looking forward to this.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we've put a lot of work into kind of getting a good mix of content and stuff, right? So this could be really, really excited.
We did, yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah. So, Alex, I don't know about you, but what I found is that uh, that every company over the last year and a half, maybe 2 years or so, ever since the announcement from OpenAI, ChatGPT, Um, ever since that announcement, every company on the planet has been moving towards implementing or using AI or integrating AI in their business somehow, some way. And there's a lot of promises with AI, um, and whether AI can deliver on, let's say, customer service support and enhancements in productivity, for example. But the real question is, that I've been seeing is, do some of these products, do they really live up to what they're saying? What have you found so far?
Well, that's a great question, right? 'Cause that's going to be the main thing. Because right now, since OpenAI actually kicked off ChatGPT, we're seeing companies pop out of nowhere, right? Because everyone's jumping on board the AI technology. It's exciting to see what's happening, what's being created. But like you said, there's a couple of things that still need to be tweaked. We're going to dive into that. But overall, in short, it's exciting landscape we're seeing in front of us.
Yeah, that's right. And oh, by the way, yeah, we have Dave Dworkin from AI B2B. Hey, Dave, are you there?
Hi team, I'm here. I'm here. I'll come on visual in a couple of minutes or 15 minutes.
No problem, no problem. And just a full transparency, the AI Executive Roundtable is a production from AI B2B, and it's all in support in partnership with the Pamper Me network. So we're really excited to be a part of this network as well. Okay. Now, during the show, we're going to conduct like deep dive into trending AI products. Right? We want to find some of the products that's really changing the industry. I'm not sure whether you saw, but when Sora was announced, it essentially changed everything for a lot of different production companies. As a matter of fact, I heard that that production company. I can't remember his name, but I can't remember his name, but one production company basically, when Sora was announced, he halted the building and development of a new extension onto his studio. It was like $800 million development. He halted production. He halted construction because of Sora, right? Because if you're able to, in the studio, create 30, 45 minutes long video that so you have to go into like physical production and using AI instead, it's a game changer all around. So there are products like that. We'll be evaluating their performance, whether they're really easy to use, how effective they are delivering their solutions that they promise. And we're really excited because we're gonna help you to really understand their strengths. What are their weaknesses? What do they really need to focus on? How do they need to kind of like um, change the way that they do things, and really how they're delivering some real world impact. And we'll also be conducting some deep dive into some of the cutting edge advancements in AI with some of the most brilliant leaders and innovators in the field. And yes, we have one on with us right now, as I mentioned, Dave from AI B2B. These experts that we're going to be bringing on, they're going to share their insights, their experience, and they're not just going to share information with you and go away, but are also going to leave you with some really great strategies to help you in your every day, in your day-to-day business, and help you to use that knowledge to advance your business as well. And we also conduct product reviews, and we're going to determine whether or not these tools are really living up to their promises. We're going to rate them as well. We're going to rate these products we have a structure in terms of how we're going to rate these products based on 10 domains we believe that every business fundamentally needs. I know every business is different, but we're going to really rate them based on the needs of the business. Is that right, Alex?
That's right, Dale. So we're planning to rate their performance, put them to test, push the line, see where they fit best in terms of use case. And we're going to cover a whole wide of categories. So starting with like AI chatbots, virtual assistants, image and video generation tools, which I'm sure everyone has experienced. You know, these things are going viral in social media
Like I
networks.
mentioned, yeah, I mean, like creating video tools are like the future because you can see images and stuff like that. But video tools, video imaging is like I mentioned, Sora. That's just one of them. There's also DaVinci. That's another one. And there's so many of them on generative tools on the market these days. But sorry, Alex, go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's right. And we're also seeing actually short films being created, right? Right, one man show kind of thing. They're creating a whole short film using these AI tools. So it's fantastic from a creative point of view because now everyone's kind of got their hands on the ability to express themselves in different ways. Other
Totally.
areas, speech to text, voice recognition, and a little bit more deeper into like fraud detection and security systems and how AI can play a part in that as well. And I know you have a cybersecurity
Yeah,
background, Dale.
that's right. Yeah, I sent you a video a couple
Yeah,
of days ago where the video was monitoring a supermarket, and it was monitoring the the body
behavior.
language,
Yeah,
behavior language, and people who are exhibiting proper behavior, they were green, but people who are exhibiting suspicious behavior, they were red, right? And they can track these people throughout the entire store and whether or not they're stealing or not. So that's a major one. What I sent you another video actually of a coffee shop. Did you see that one I sent you?
yeah, I did.
Right.
Yeah, that was great.
So the coffee shop, it's like the employees were working and it was counting how many cups of coffee each barista, right, served. They had one person. Do you remember how much it was? I think one was serving 20, another one was serving 10 or 5, and a manager can look at the video, look at the stats, and say, last week compared to everybody else, one person, for example, everyone served an average about 300 cups of coffee, but you
Yep.
only served 100. Crazy,
It's
right?
crazy.
So
And that's from like a front-facing point of view that we all don't experience. Now imagine from like a supply chain logistics perspective how this can impact flows
crazy.
and data precision and things like that. It's absolutely exciting.
It really is. Yeah. And we're also going to be looking at advancement in, for example, autonomous vehicles and
Robotics.
robotics. Yeah, and you think about it, right, for a moment. What
We're gonna
if?
share some cool videos of what's out there coming from all over
Yeah,
the
that's
world.
right. That's right. That's
Netherlands,
right.
China, United States, and Canada, of course.
That's right. As I mentioned, what if there was 100,000, let's say a million robots actively working in various parts of, for example, doing like dirty jobs, hard jobs, dangerous jobs, right? What if they had all these robots working? And you're like, first of all, one of the things I heard about, let's say, I don't know, 5 years ago, 7 years ago or so, there was this major problem in the trucking industry because there's a push to automate trucks, right? So
Yeah.
driverless trucks driving across the country with no driver. And there's about 3.5 to 3.4 million drivers in the trucking industry in North America. You can imagine if all the trucks were automated, that would wipe out the entire industry because when you think about it, the truck drives and it could drive 7 days a week, 24/7, doesn't take any breaks, doesn't take any stops. But this is happening. It will happen.
Yep.
And we may actually have robots driving these trucks across the country because they haven't even sleep, right? So it's replacing the impact, the implications. We're not mining, robots mining, or doing deep water research, right? I think there's some robots doing that right now, but you can imagine the implications and what's possible. There's great possibilities on one side, but then there's definitely some impact on the other side as well.
Yeah, there's definitely challenges, which is going to come down to really how implementation is done. And this is where heavy responsibility is going to have to be taking first control. Another thing you mentioned there is danger zones, right? I mean, we can see robotics going into disaster areas, or there's maybe potential nuclear fallout or a tsunami or any type of other thing. It's
The
going to be
Chernobyl,
fantastic. That's the other
Chernobyl.
side.
Mhm. So go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that's another positive side of it. It's instead of actually sending in the people into heavy chemicals, heavy mining areas, disaster fallout, robotics can come and just completely change the whole landscape of that as well.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, those are some of the tools we're looking at. We're also looking at medical imaging, medical tools, physician assistants. There's many of them out there on the market as well. Looking at how they're impacting the medical field. There's lots and lots of tools coming on the market, solutions and integration coming on the market as well, and seeing how that's benefiting different the medical field.
We're also seeing AI speeding up the diagnosis, prognosis, and stuff like
right.
that. So speeding up research. I actually read an article today where I think they said 3 dentists were trying to find the reason why this child had a molar issue, and they couldn't figure it out. But they put AI to the test, and it came straight to it. Yeah, no, it's amazing. I'm going to share this article with the community so they can see this. It's actually really interesting stuff.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Yeah, there's so many different ways the AI could be used to diagnose cancer, to diagnose imaging. It does a lot better job. And it can go through like a million images in like a minute versus a human. So the possibility of detecting things early, which is there's tons of different advancement in the medical field. We're going to talk about that as well. We're going to examine different solutions as well. And another one that we're going to go deep into. I'm not sure if you guys are aware. I'm sure you probably are, whoever's watching this, is that there's an LLM war going on right now, right? There's a war that supremacy, that who would win the large language model war. So we got there's about 7 or 8 different models on the market right now, and more coming, but they're all competing for dominance because you can imagine now if ChatGPT, for example, OpenAI, ChatGPT, that's the go-to source. It's taking all the information plus other additional information from
Public domain, essentially.
From the web, right? So it's grabbing all the information, right? And of course, Gemini is grabbing all the information from Google as well, right? So it's grabbing all the information. So essentially, you can shape that information and guide the public based on the content that you're providing them. So let me ask you something, Alex. When was the last time you when you had to write something, you had to find something, you had to define something, right? What was your first thought when you had to write something, right?
Well, recently, it's actually interesting. I actually had this conversation with a friend of mine recently. I haven't really Googled anything in quite a bit.
Right.
Right. Now, not to say I put full reliance on AI, because when I am researching something, I still want to know where the information is coming from. But that's the thing. You can give it instructions, and it's going to give you the sources of its providing. So Google for me nowadays is like, if I mistype the URL, it's going to correct me. That's basically what it is for websites I continually visit.
Hey, Alex, can you raise your camera lower? There we go. Yeah, it's much better. Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
looks like you're way down here.
Does it look like okay?
Okay, good. Yeah, that's a lot better, right? Can you raise it higher? Yeah, lower your camera down just a bit. Just a bit. Yeah. Much better. Awesome. Yeah, that's better. Okay, great. Okay, so yeah, you're absolutely right when it comes to the Googling stuff, right? People are Googling less and less and less, right? And I did a survey for a lot of my friends as well. A lot of them are not Googling at all, right? A lot of them are going to ChatGPT. So you can imagine the significant impact that OpenAI ChatGPT is having. Now, people are going to Gemini, yes, right? But I think that because OpenAI was out of the gate first, right, with offering to everyone, I think that that unless Google changes their strategy significantly in terms of providing different solutions in the marketplace, their core business, which is search, is at risk, right?
This was one of our first conversations that you and I had when we first met, if you remember, telling me how Google is at risk now because of the AI and the chat and the LLMs out there.
Yeah, and so we're gonna dig deep into search and looking at the LLM war and keep you up to date. I know this space can be very techie, talking about tokens and and all that stuff, right? But we'll kind of break all that down, making it really simple and really straightforward to understand, right? And also AI agents. Have you been looking at AI agents, Alex?
That's a big one. That's a big one because that's kind of something that's going to disrupt a lot of things out there. Of course, like you mentioned, there's a lot of people who may be affected by this. So implementation is going to be key, right? Our
Yeah.
jobs, it's the first thing people think about, right, is jobs. But the way we want to look at it is empowering people from a different angle, right? Using AI as a way to optimize abilities, really, and really expand. Kind of like what I mentioned before, where now the possibilities are for everyone. You don't necessarily have to know coding anymore to code something, right?
Yeah.
So we're definitely going to get into AI chatbots, AI virtual assistants, and conversational AI. This is going to be huge for small, medium-sized businesses, especially who don't have the capital necessary to invest in large support teams to run a 24-hour operation, for example, or having the systems that can manage, hold and wait times.
Exactly. So we're going to be going live on YouTube. We had some difficulty there actually with the YouTube. The sound wasn't coming out, so we're gonna rebroadcast this, and we're gonna be meeting every day anyway. So you haven't had the chance to join us today, you can join us tomorrow. So we're gonna go from Monday to Friday, right? But most importantly, more than anything else, we want to make sure that we hear from you, right? So if there's a product, is there something on the market that you want us to investigate, that you want us to highlight, that you want us to talk about, just message me, private PM me, and send a private message. You can reach me at daletid@aib2b.net. That's my email. You can also reach Alex as well. What's your email, Alex, just to make sure?
Yeah, it's my full name, alexander.volpe@aib2b.net. So anytime you can send me an email if you have any questions or just have a conversation about what's out there.
Exactly. Yeah. Send us a message. If there's any products that you want us to investigate, want us to research, just let us know, and we'll do the deep dive into it as well. Okay. Give me 1 second. Yeah. So let's see here. Yeah. Oh, and one other thing too. This show is not aligned with any products.
Yeah.
Right. So we don't receive any sponsorship from anyone. We don't accept any sponsorship at all, because we want to make sure that we are product agnostic. So we're not aligned with any products, because we want to make sure that any product that we do review, there's really no skin in the game for us at all. So we can bring you the unabridged facts about the products that we're researching, so that you can definitely benefit from that as well. Okay.
Yeah, we're first and foremost AI tech enthusiasts. That's number one.
Exactly.
Yeah, we want to find the best what's out there and how to put the best ones to the perfect use.
Exactly. So message us. Let us know what you want to see. Let us know. Just keep us informed in terms of new product. There's tons. I don't know. Last I counted, I saw one website. There's like 10,000 different products on AI out there, right? But the real question, as I mentioned, are these products masquerading as AI? Are these products truly AI, or are they are they really, or are they just, or do they really deliver on the AI promise that they're actually delivering? So we want to make sure we get to the bottom of that.
And another thing is we want to make sure that's not duplicating each other, right? Just putting a white label on their product. We want to make sure that everything is distinct and there is discernment. Because right now it could be overwhelming, right? When you do search a product that's AI oriented, there's thousands, like you mentioned, right? So we want to kind of narrow it down to really the ones that count.
Exactly. Okay. So you may be a small business, an executive, a business leader. You may be a tech enthusiast. Regardless of wherever you're at, right, in the space, this show is for you. Okay. It will impact you. AI will impact your business. It will impact your life. You can't avoid it. It's here to stay, and that's where AI is going to be going over the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. It's here to stay. We can't avoid it, right? Okay, so that's our brief overview introduction about the show today, and we're really excited because the main topic that we're going to jump in today is conversational AI. So we're going to be looking at 2 different products. We're looking at Voxia, that's one. We're looking at Nova Echo, and we're excited to let you guys know that in the next 30 minutes, the CEO and the founder of Nova Echo will be joining us, and we're going to have just a frank, open conversation about his products, the benefit, and really get down to the bottom as to the Nova Echo solution that he's bringing to the market as well. But before we do that, we want to get some feedback from you in terms of how AI is impacting your business. How has AI been impacting your life? And what tools are you using on a day-to-day basis to improve the quality of your life using AI? So I know the number one everyone's going to say to me, I know it's going to be ChatGPT, but there are many, many other tools out there. So let us know, send it back to us, just provide us with some feedback so we know exactly how AI is shaping your life. And I'm not sure if you guys are aware, maybe you are, maybe you're not, maybe you're new to the space, but AI, relatively speaking, has been around longer than the last 4 years. I think you guys maybe already know that, right? But just had a guess, how far back does the idea or the concept of intelligent machines or autonomous machines or conscious machines? Just take a guess, Alex. What's your guess? How far back does that go?
I think we can go back pretty far, right? Imagination in the human mind was something, always something else. I think Da Vinci, I mean, look, he came up with so many designs, so many concepts way before they're even possible to create. So that's going to be my, shot at the dark, like in the dark. What do you say?
Yeah. When you talk about Da Vinci, you talk about flight specifically in terms of creativity.
Lights,
Right?
he had concepts of computers, sharing information wirelessly, like things like this he was coming up with. That's what I mean. The human imagination was always active, always powering through things.
Yeah, back in I think the 1900s, I think the first broadcast, let's see if I can find it here. But the first movie actually was Metropolis. Remember that?
Yeah, that's one of a kind. 1920s or something, futurist.
Metropolis.
Yeah, it shaped the foundation of filmmaking in many ways.
Yeah, that's right. I think it's back in 1927, Metropolis, where
Yeah.
it was the idea of merging man and machine together, right? So the idea in terms of people's minds back in 1927, to have the concept, the idea about machine and the future of machines and intelligent machines back then. But that wasn't the first idea when it actually first started. It may have started hundreds of years before that. It was just the movie, essentially, Metropolis, is just a manifestation of what everyone has been thinking of, everyone's been dreaming of for years, even going back to the 20s and the 1800s as well, right? But in terms of the real first major step was Turing, when he was building or creating the Enigma machine that decoded the German code during the war, right? So that was a major first step. But after that, it's just been accelerating in terms of our understanding of technology, understanding of machines. Our knowledge has been, piling on for months, for years and years and years, growing in understanding of this particular space. And if I were to think, in my perspective, you may have a different perspective, Alex, but in my perspective, where we are now when it comes to AI, my view, it's relative to the first flight, Kitty Hawk. Remember Kitty Hawk? Do you recall that? Of course, you remember it. Right? Not that you were there, right?
Oh, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Back in,
I would agree with that, actually, totally. Absolutely. Because right now we're at a point where now people are getting their feet wet in AI, right? And this is really always the beginning, right? When people start collectively getting into it, getting a little messy with it, then the acceleration is only going to get faster, I think. That's the way I see it.
That's right. 1903, the Wright brothers, right? So when they, let's see here, Flight, 1903, Orville and Wilbur, right? So with the launch of ChatGPT, right, back in November 2022, we're only 2 years out, right? So what ChatGPT did, OpenAI did, it gave the ability for every person, every company, every individual, everyone who's creative on the planet, it opened up its API so anyone with any form of creativity can plug into their API and interact with intelligent systems, large language models that they've built, and get access to billions of dollars of research that are poured into OpenAI. So anyone, the layperson, have an idea that can plug into any programmer developer can plug into this wealth of knowledge. So that liberated AI for the world. It was like massive explosion had went off in the tech space, and only within the last 2 years. Now, don't get me wrong, AI has been around before that, but it was only available to like companies like, for example, IBM and
That's right. Large industrial scales, yeah.
Exactly, large industrial scales, like the warehouse for Amazon, right? They're using it to some degree, right? Because they get access to all that research. But for the layperson, anyone, it was liberated 2 years ago, and anyone can get access to it now. And today, since then, thousands and thousands of products are coming to market every single day. Companies now can integrate AI into their platforms, into their systems, can use it now. So where we are at, relatively speaking, here's my vision, my view of it, is when Wright brothers took flight back in 1903. That's where we are at right now, relative to where planes are at. That's what happened. The same thing when that plane flew, right, is when it's relative to when OpenAI and ChatGPT was announced 2 years ago.
Right. Something started working. That's what happened, right? And everyone had access to it.
Everyone, yeah, they figured it out exactly.
Yeah,
right. They're like, oh, it's a curved wing, right? That's what made it work, right? So as soon as that happened, flight was liberated for the entire world, and of course you started to see different planes and all everywhere, right? But look where we are. 100 years, 122 years, 121 years ago to today, right? Can you imagine 121 years from now with AI?
In the past decade alone, look how much we've accelerated, right? A friend told me the other day a good saying. He's like, it took only 200 years to go from the horse and wagon to a Hadron Collider.
Yeah.
And like, when you look at it from that point of view, it's mind-blowing.
Amazing. I mean, like one of the next biggest innovation with AI is going to be the AI agents, right? If you do some research for yourself, but when it look at the AI agent, now today, if you want to, for example, order a hamburger, what you got to do, you got to go online, type in, for example, whatever burger shop you want, McDonald's, for example, and then of course you have to send your order in, and the order comes to you, through, let's say, I don't use Uber Eats, for example, right? When AI agents connect to the user with Uber Eats and your financial systems and your accounting system and your back end banking systems, all you got to do basically is tell the agent, order me a hamburger from McDonald's. Here's what I want. Here's the type of hamburger I want, and that's it. It'll place the order for you, process the transaction, send you the receipt, and that's it. That's all you got to do. You have to touch a computer. The AI agents will become your personal companion.
That's what I foresee as well. Everyone's gonna have one.
Everyone's gonna have one.
Everyone's gonna have one. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's the next big change with next biggest shift with AI, and that's going to change things again. And there's so many things going to be happening over the next 5-10 years we haven't even begun to imagine yet. So hold on to your seats. There's a lot a lot coming. All right. So the topic that we're going to be focusing on today is, as I mentioned earlier, is conversational AI, right? And Alex, let's talk conversational AI. Let's talk about that.
So basically, in short, what it is, it's a piece of technology that enables machines per se to interact with people using natural language. So keeping it very human-like at its core. It combines a component called the natural language processing, NLP for short, and machine learning. So it can catch up with speech recognition, understand and respond to, and also learn along the way. So beyond just answering straight questions, The idea and really the purpose behind conversational AI is that it can learn over time, right? Make it increasingly accurate, increasingly personalized, and being able to like handle complex inquiries and stuff like that.
Yeah. Let me share my screen here. Let me show you what I found here. See if let me show you this here. Now check this out. 70 plus conversational AI statistics to look out for in 2024, right? Let's see if we can zoom in here. The one that's really significant. Let's see here. Can you see this here? Okay, I guess maybe I'll be able to see this, but okay, so 70% of consumers expect AI solutions to comprehend and react to their emotions, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I know that's the expectation, but are we there yet in terms of understanding empathy and emotional empathy with AI, conversational AI? Are we at that stage yet, Alex? Do you think?
There's still a struggle there. I mean, this is something that the industry is still trying to tackle. There's still some contextual nuances that needs to get its head wrapped around. And also the empathetic part, right? Being able to recognize frustration in tone, emotion through tone. We're heading that direction, but it seems like there's still rough areas around the edges kind of thing.
Yeah, I think it's going to take some time to, depending on right now, it's for example, where ChatGPT is, they're looking at its computational efficiency, right, in terms of how it with ChatGPT 4.0, right, and looking at its overall performance, right. But in terms of being empathetic, I think we have some ways to go, but that's an expectation of consumers. I mean, like, will we get there? I think we will.
Mhm.
As you can imagine, joining a customer service, having a customer service issue, and having a stone cold AI robot, just interacting with you. That's something
Right.
that's moving very well.
That's the kind of pushback we're kind of already seeing at the moment in present time from the consumer perspective, is that they're worried about that part with like, is there going to be human reasoning, human decision making? I want to tell them my side of the story. How are they going to understand it, kind of thing, right? Or is it going to give me an out of box answer? And this is the thing, conversational AI is meant to give the out of box answer. And it's going to be with machine learning and through its process of actually experiencing more and more interactions.
Exactly. What about you, Dave? Where do you think conversational AI is going in terms of its impact on the industry? What's your thoughts on that?
Right. Thank you. Thank you, Dale. Great question. So conversational AI is going to be, in my guess, it's going to be the biggest impact from ground up, if you look at it, in terms of adaptation, engagement, usability, all those things from let's say, from a small to medium enterprise, even large businesses for call center or anything like that, right? Can you guys hear me well? Is my voice is okay?
Yep, we're good.
Okay, all right, great. So other than what Xander's told, the challenges is it could be very simple. Like, when you're talking to somebody, you remember somebody's name. But if you put it in a conversational AI, now you have to really think about how to bring that in the loop, how every time it has to go into that. The models are already there. We have models that we are seeing, some very smart models. So more research is coming out of Berkeley labs related startups. I think it's called Beta. And they are actually understanding how, without burning up a lot of tokens, to say that means increasing the cost, how can you use that memory component efficiently? And they also talk about the RAG models there again. The RAG models is the local data instead of the large LLM data going into OpenAI. So that also solves the privacy issues, the data protection, how much we can push into the general LLM and how much we cannot. So conversational AI would be, I think, in terms of the mass adoption, other than the usage of, let's say, ChatGPT models, I'm looking forward. I will predict that something is going to be huge. In terms of the impact on the businesses, The number of calls that a business has to attend, either whether it's just regular maintenance, repetitive task, just informing the client, reminders, those kind of tasks are right now, you can say it's unproductive. It's not actually adding to your bottom line, but taking away your resources. So it is very important that you find a model and deploy that conversational AI concept into your business with adequate warning. I will say that because there is a component that you need to understand about hallucination. Like Xander said, it can go and bring out general information, but how do you make it relevant, right? And then guardrails. So guardrails here to understand that the prompt engineering, a smart kid could get your password out of your AI, conversational AI, right? So it's you have to understand that's why you need to have that consultation process engaged before just signing on to a product. And somebody like let's say Dale's expertise on security and architecture has to come in and say, okay, these are the parameters, these are the protocols, these are the governance that has to be set in play. Because very soon the regulator is going to come and put fines and all those things in this, not just cyber attacks, but this could be in a different angle, releasing private information. So yes, conversational AI, it's going to be big. It's going to change a lot of things. It's a must for businesses. And then, yes, you need some level of expertise before you plug that in. So even though I like SaaS models for cost effectiveness, but I wouldn't sign up on it right now as just a SaaS model, unless it's an absolutely very limited scope. And then you might turn off your clients. You might turn off the expectation. You're speaking like a human, but then with so much limitation, it takes away the beauty of the conversation part, right? The human engagement part. That'll be my take on conversational AI. But we're getting there. We're getting better. We are improving. Just make sure that you follow all those check marks before you plug it in.
And as I mentioned, the first product to really make a wave in this particular space was Air AI back in summer of 2023, I believe. Summer 2023. They were the first company to actually launch, and with lots of promises in terms of outbound calls, inbound calls, and stuff like that, right? So the first out of the gate in that space. So they basically were able to technologically solve the problem with other products before, perhaps, but for the most part, they were the first to get out of the gate. And since then, many other products actually came out after that. And apparently, there were some products that really weren't as popular, but they may have been out before that. But in terms of the marketing, Air AI basically sticks out. So Alex, we're going to take a look at Voxia. Is that right?
Yeah, we're looking at Voxia.ai.
Yeah, we're going to look at Voxia first, and then we're going to take about 15 minutes looking into Voxia. Then Joey from Novatech is going to come on, and we're going to have a conversation with him about Novatech. But go ahead. Let's take a look at Voxia first.
Yes, let me just share my screen here. So give me 1 sec. I'll open up the website for everyone to see. Okay, perfect. You guys can see that, right?
Yep.
Perfect. So basically what they're focusing on is, transforming customer interactions in short, right? They want to use advanced conversational AI. That's their platform, enabling businesses. So it's focusing on businesses to create lifelike, intelligent virtual assistants that can handle all kinds of different needs, different kinds of questions and inquiries. So it's something from simple to complex, they say, right? So just to kind of dive in a bit more, this is some of the data they're sharing with us.
50 to 80% outbound
Connection rate.
connection.
Yeah, this is something I would like to ask them about. So hopefully we can circle back to this. Maybe we can get them on board on one of our sessions here at the AI Executive Roundtable. But what was interesting here is 500 times more calls. Now, I wonder what that scale really looks like. But we have here 100% inbound correction rate. Now, this is what's fantastic about conversational AI. We're eliminating wait times. We're coming to a point where you're not going to hear hold music anymore. You dial a number and someone or something is going to be answering instantly and getting straight to the bones of what you need. Now, if it's a simple inquiry, like, maybe a banking question or something like that I can relay quickly, customers are going to love this. The consumer side of things are going to absolutely love this, but it's going to get a little bit more, like we touched a bit, the empathetic part. And this point, we're still seeing a need transferring to a live agent, but that's being reduced. So again, you're saying 95% cheaper. I can still see if you still need live agents in your operation, there's still going to be cost effectiveness when you're using conversational AI. There's no question about that. 55% increase in meetings booked. This is all about numbers, the way I see it. Would you agree? The more calls you make, the more bookings that can happen, right?
Yeah. These are all great numbers, but what's the reality? That's the question.
That's what we want to find out, right?
Yeah. And look, check it out. Go up again. Go up again. Yeah. 95. That's a promise. 95% cheaper than human agent. That is kind of difficult to kind of digest, right?
It depends for who too, right? We're talking large scale operations or small. Like, see, I can see a use for both, right? A large scale operation doesn't need many agents, but even for small businesses where they want to have a customer support element to what they're doing, but they can't afford necessarily a 24-hour support. I mean, this is something that can work for both sides.
Yeah, but but the 95%, that's a major claim. 95%. So let's just say you're paying someone, let's say $50,000 a year, right? An agent, right? A pretty agent, good high performing agent, $50,000 a year, right? That means you're only going to be paying that person what, 5%, right? 5%, right? 2,500. In other words, your agent will cost you only $2,500, right? A year, right? In terms of cost. Now, the question is, it might be 90% cheaper, but you get the same level of performance as a live agent, right? Or would you mind spending, let's say, 50% and getting even enhanced performance? But that claim, what does that mean? 95% over like, is that weekends, evenings? Comparing that performance in terms of human behavior, or human interaction quality in terms of cheapness. That's a claim that's hard to digest, to be honest with you.
It needs specific, for sure. It needs to be related. So, sorry, Dave, go ahead. I think you had something to say.
Yeah, so we need more transparency on such claims. If you say directly hour per HR, right? If I'm $20 per hour agent, and you remove me and you put a AI to it, it can come to 95% if you just do the direct, and then hopefully all the server cost and the utility cost of the telecom is 5%, right? It makes sense. But then if you take other cost, an average square foot, I'm not talking about current work from home model, but let's say if you're in the flow, boiler room flow, whatever you want to call it, you're looking at $40 to $50 an hour. The air condition, the flow, the maintenance, the cleaning, the tax. And then on the other side, and the human HR cost also can add up, right? The taxes, the deductibles, the insurance, the severance pay. So, and then you had to also front load the training, overhead, supervisors. So if you put all those things, there's another number that comes out. It could hit 95% again, right? If you remove all that, but it has to be over a period of time, I think, right? But for a small business owner, I am more interested in the efficiency of, you don't have to pick up that call. You don't have to worry about missing a phone call. You don't have to worry about the follow-up that you could have done. some kind of a response. But let's not only focus as a conversational AI in terms of a phone call. Remember, this could be a very smart texting, SMS. This could be a very smart email reply. It could be a Slack and WhatsApp integrated. Now you're talking about, wow, the business owner is going to be extremely happy how this can change the image, the perspective, the response time, the quality of care that they can deliver potential, or whether it's just a lead at potential or follow-up that is needed to maintain that customer service level. And then again, retrain your existing, whoever is taking the call, or if you're taking the call, just make sure that you retrain yourself and the staff. There is going to be a transition. So that transition is very important because you need to still have the human intelligence interacting on escalation. And then you need to feed that back into the system of, if the AI calls, summary, and back into the system so that the next call, if anybody has to handle, or even the next AI call, they can handle it. So you have to understand the full life cycle of each call, each context application of your business needs, and then where you're going to deploy it. You don't have to deploy it right get go, plug in all your phone numbers to the AI. Not like that. You can have initial screening, initial one, press two, press three, the standard operating procedures, and then move into more, a little bit advanced calls, advanced follow-ups, and then the human agents can interact and understand and then fine-tune what best works for your business. As I said, I'm more interested in the efficiency it automatically produces, even it's 95 or not. If the business, as a business owner, if I don't have to do all those mundane tasks, I am more than happy to take it on. I'll figure out the efficiencies as we go, right?
Yeah. Most businesses are looking for performance efficiency. They can balance that against the cost, right? Because if they're able to be more productive, more productivity, more efficiency means you can get more done in less time. When you compare that to your competitors, if you are performing more, getting more done in the same amount of time as your competitors, then you have a performance advantage. So it's increasing the performance without jeopardizing quality. Now, if you have quality and performance efficiency, then you got a home run. I mean, like, if you're able to integrate with your systems and you do that at a high rate with high quality, then that I've yet to see it. There's a lot of promises out there. I've looked at many different products. I've seen a lot of them. I've seen a lot of demos, but I haven't really seen a product perform in such a way that it really enhances the overall experience of a customer interaction. I've heard it, but I haven't really seen it in the real world where it actually delivers on the problem. Because you know what, you know how most things are, right? I'm going to play the devil's advocate here, being the cynic among the bunch. You know, there's a lot of promises, but when you actually look under the hood, right? You know, I matter of fact, I was watching a video the other day. It showed a lineup of these Tesla chargers, like car chargers, and there's like 7 or 8 of them, right? And then all these Tesla cars are being charged. And then if you pan further right, there's a diesel machine powering.
That's generating the energy into the
Generating powering all the Tesla machines, right? So I thought that was kind of funny. So we're gonna get down to the bottom of this, right? And we're gonna hear from some customers, what they've experienced actually using these systems, and what they've found, what their expectations as well. But sorry, go ahead, Xander.
Keep going down. Let's take a look. So we've got our use cases here. Of course, for outbound, looking at lead generation, database reactivation. That's going to be the lead revivals. This is fantastic. This is good for people within real estate, mortgages, accounting. They have a whole collection of leads. Their sales guys probably don't even want to touch. They want to go after new business, right? Conversational AI, from an overview perspective, can really solve a lot of problems here. Qualify them, book them with a salesperson and then close those deals essentially, right? But yeah, meeting scheduling, confirmation reminders. This is like admin things that it can seems to be able to do. Information collection, product reviews, surveys.
Yeah.
This is something
These
I'm seeing very often though among these tools.
But let's hear the demo. Let's watch that demo.
Yeah, let's watch it up.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure my video audio is going to work. Let me know if the audio is not working.
Sure.
Hi, this is Adriana from Voya. May I know whom I'm speaking with today?
Hi, Adriana. This is Tim. Tim, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you for asking. How can I assist you today?
Well, actually, I heard a little bit about your service from, and I wanted to hear a little bit more about your product.
Sure thing, Tim. Voya is the world's first and leading AI voice conversation platform. We help businesses, irrespective of its size, to leverage AI for inbound and outbound call operations, 24/7, 365. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah, that actually does sound cool. How about latency? I know that it's an issue with a lot of other services.
Indeed, latency is a key factor in user experience. Speaking of which, our platform boasts the market's best latency. That means you get super fast responses, just like in this conversation. How impressive does that sound to you?
Yeah, that actually does sound quite cool, and I heard quite a lot of good things about you. But I have a slightly bigger business than your other customers. How scalable is your product?
Well, full disclosure, while I'm speaking to you, I'm also speaking with more than 15,000 other people simultaneously. But I assure you my full attention is with you. You are special to me.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, that sounds great. How can we move forward?
Can I go ahead and book a time with one of our agents? We can schedule any time between 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. What's a good date and time for you?
Yeah, that sounds good. Can you hold on? I'm checking my schedule.
Sure, take your time.
Okay, how does Thursday, 2 p.m. sound like?
That works perfectly. I just booked this slot for you. One of our agents will give you a call shortly. Thank you for choosing Voya. Have a great day.
Thank you, Adriana. Looking forward to hearing from you.
What are your
That's
thoughts
pretty
on
good.
that?
Yeah, that was pretty good. You know, voice is pretty good, sound is pretty good, interaction is pretty good, right? It sound, you know, it sounds pretty good, right? I'm not gonna lie. I mean, when it was the first, right? That's kind of eye raising. Yeah, they were the first. I thought they're, you know, didn't realize that they were the first out the market, but we'll investigate that. We'll we'll do a live demo of Voxia, right, as well, and we'll invite the founders and owners. What they've been around? What's that? A platform featuring 24/7. Does it have anything about their date? How long they've been around?
I'm trying to find that.
Yeah. We'll bring the owners on to talk about their products.
Yeah, we'll reach out to them. I'm sure they'll want to have a chat as well.
Yeah, backed by different company backers. They got a couple of blogs here. Right. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty
There's
good.
no about section. So one of the things here I'm noticing there's nothing about the team.
Hmm.
And that's something that's interesting. Because typically when I'm looking at these tools, you see a little something about the team, right?
The team, the owners. Right?
Yeah, a little something.
Yeah, I think I saw something on their YouTube channel where the founder was talking about the product as well. You know, yeah, that's pretty good backing, which is actually really cool.
You can tell though it's a little bit of an AI though, right? I mean, compared to other things that we've heard out there.
Yeah, you can tell. Well, you know what? I don't think it's fair because we're in this space, and so we're understanding. We hear a lot of, you know, so
Good
our
point.
ears. But I think for someone who's never interacted with AI before, it'll be hard for them to kind of distinguish it. There's definitely some canning there of the voice, right? It's not necessarily perfect, but again, I want to put everything in perspective. It's been 2 years, right, since the launch of ChatGPT, right? 2 years. So we're still very early in this space. So you can imagine whether it's going to be 5 years from now, right? The product is going to evolve, continue to evolve. So let's jump over to Nova Echo, right?
Let's check it out. Nova Echo AI, I believe it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Joey, the founder, will be any minute now.
While we wait for him, let's browse the site a bit, right?
Yeah. Let's scroll down here. Let's just see what they're.
We can dive right into a demo, maybe.
We have to schedule one. Oh, we can
Nope,
hear
right
them.
now.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh no, we have to book one. Sorry,
No,
we're gonna have Joey talk to us about all that.
Yeah. Here he is right now. Can we hear a demo?
Sorry, he's on this call right now. Did he get on?
Yeah, come on. Can we hear a demo right now? Yeah. Click hear demo. Oh, we got to schedule it. Got it. Oh yeah, we got to schedule it. That's okay.
Hey,
Oh,
Joey,
no.
how are you?
We just have to put information in. It'll call us. Hey, Joey, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. Can you hear me?
We can hear you well. Welcome.
Awesome.
Welcome to the call. Welcome to the AI Executive Roundtable. Perfect timing, actually. We're just jumping into doing a bit of a review of Nova Echo right now.
Sounds great.
Me and Alex is our co-host. Alex Volpe is a co-host of the show. First of all, thank you. Oh, and there's Dave Dworkin. He is the CEO of AI B2B. Okay. As I mentioned to you, Joey, we're looking at different conversational AI and just talking about conversational AI at the high level, so our viewers could really get a grasp in terms of where the technology is at, where it's going, what are some of the issues, the challenges, and overall performance, and what they could expect in terms of overall performance of these different tools. And as before you came on, we were talking about, the pace of change in this industry, right? So it's only about when ChatGPT announced, so OpenAI announced ChatGPT about November of 2023, 2022, sorry. It's only been about 2 years since the evolution of the space, right? I know there's been other AI works in the works before that, but giving AI the ability, giving access to AI to the world, which transformed everything. So, how long have you been in this space, Joey? How long have you been in the technology space?
Yeah, nice to meet you all, first of all. Thanks for inviting me on the call. So I've been in the voice AI space for about 14 or 15 months now. I got in when voice AI was just starting to kick off, and I had been looking into LLMs and other forms of AI for many years now. But when I first found out about voice AI, I was actually running a marketing agency at the time for real estate agents. And I noticed that a lot of real estate agents were having trouble because they wanted to follow up with people consistently, but they didn't have enough resources to do so. And they had too many leads coming in. And so we started researching text-based chatbots and doing more research on other AIs. And they were all okay, right? But then when I came across voice AI, I was like, this is going to change the entire world. This is awesome. So I stopped everything I was doing, and I just started a voice AI company and been growing it ever since.
Yeah, and what really attracted me about you, because when I looked at your videos, because there was a time where you had a relationship with another company, and then you were providing your tools and services with another company from an AI perspective, conversation perspective, right? But what really got me about your video was your technical acumen, your ability to kind of break the technology apart and really make it simple and explain it in such a way that it really makes sense to a lot of people. So I really like that aspect of what you delivered, right? And when I saw you essentially launched Nova Echo, how old is Nova Echo, by the way?
Nova Echo is, well, so the brand's about 14 months old. So I started the brand when I got involved in that other company, and
I see.
we
Okay.
transitioned in December of last year.
December of last year. Oh my, look at that. You're coming up to year old with the actual branding itself since your transition. Congratulations in advance, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So, just on that note, Joe, if you don't mind, what Dale mentioned there, the technical aspect, the way you articulate, would you mind sharing a little bit about that? Like, what's behind the technology you're using?
Yeah, so when I was using the technology before when we were with the other company, but before we switched over to our own stuff, I was deep diving into everything that they did, and I understand technology very well, so I was just trying to put it into a simple format that the everyday business owner could understand because I know it's very important. So I probably made like 100 or so videos just explaining exactly how to build out agents step by step in simple terms, because on websites and online and in documentation, it can get very confusing and there's a lot of jargon that many people don't understand. And I saw that. So I took it, I turned it into normal sentences that people can understand, and it seemed to help a lot of people. So I was happy about that.
Pretty cool. What kind of trends are you seeing in this space right now, actually? So on that note.
Yeah, so there are more voice AI companies popping up. A lot of them are just agencies of several companies that have existed for a while, just like ours. And most of them are doing a very similar business model where you have a person come in, you build out an agent for them, or you just give them a script, charge a couple $100 or a couple $1,000, and then that's it. Now, that's okay and that's good, but we didn't want to be one of those agencies. We kind of wanted to be a SaaS company where we could actually have technology and supply it to people and keep building it and making it better and better and better instead of just using something that already exists. So that's what we're really focused on right now. Now, the space is growing and there's more business owners trying to get this technology and use it, but it's still such a small percentage of the world and of the amount of business owners that exist. Like, so small. It's crazy. I ask normal people that are not in this space and they have no idea that this thing even exists. So it's very exciting.
Cool, man.
So the people that you spoke to, because what we've seen, like a lot of, well, I guess the companies that we've reached out to, we've spoken to, the level of understanding from, let's say, January, February of last year, where where conversational AI is concerned and voice conversational AI is concerned, the understanding and the level of competency has. Can you stop sharing your screen, Alex, please? Has gone up tremendously over the last 6 to 7 months or so, right? I've seen the people we were spoken to, they heard about, for example, like you said, there's many different products on the market today. There's AI, there's Voxia. We just basically did a high level understanding of Voxia. There's Vodex, there's Synesthesia. There's just so many products out there in the market, right? And as you mentioned, you're right. What we also found, some of them has their agency behind it, and people are basically reselling the product. For example, like the model for AI, so you just basically a licensed agent to resell the product, right? But from a understanding perspective, you're still hearing people. A lot of people still don't really know about this particular space.
Yeah. So, and also just to be clear, the voice AI agency model is still killer. It's going to be killer for years because, like I said, nobody knows about it. So, I suggest as many people as possible get into that. But the trend that I'm seeing is a lot of people doing that. So that's what I was mentioning. And yeah, when you are in this space a lot, like myself, sometimes I can get a little clouded because everyone that I talk to in the
Yeah,
space understands it so well. But then whenever
right.
I step outside of that, and when my team reports back to me and says, "Hey, I just spoke to these people and they said blah blah blah," nobody knows voice AI exists. A lot of people don't even know AI, or like, well, they know AI, they know the word, the term, but they don't really know what
Yeah,
it can do. Like
yeah.
ChatGPT has a ton of users, but not the whole world. So there's billions of people that have never even tried an LLM, let alone voice AI. So there's such a big market left, and we're not even close to the market cap yet.
And true, because let's just say that there's 500 companies in this space, right? But there are millions of different types of organizations and companies out there. 500 companies, just no way they're going to service these millions of companies globally, right? It's impossible. The market is vast, right? The possibility, the opportunities, it's vast out there, right? So when it comes to Nova Echo, right? What was your, I guess, the background motivation for you? You mentioned real estate, but what was that motivation for you to get into this market, get into this space, and actually start developing your own solution?
Yeah, so originally the first company I was with, they were called AI, and I was working with them for maybe about 6 months. I became their top affiliate or agency or whatever you want to call it at one point. And then I saw a trend that was going a little downhill with them. And they were getting more and more clients and more agencies, more investors, more revenue. So that wasn't the trend. The trend was that they were providing less support and their service was not getting better as fast as they said it was going to be. And they were not keeping their promises. So those were kind of in the background. Not everybody looks at that. They look at the revenue and everything. But I saw these other trends that impact the trends everyone looks at, and they were going downhill. So then I left in December, and sure enough, about 5-6 months later, everybody starts asking for a refund, and now there's like they owe like probably $10 million at least, and
Wow.
they fire people that ask for money back because they didn't pay them. They ghost people. It's really not an ethical company anymore, which is upsetting because they were great to begin with. But yeah, I guess I just saw that early, and that prompted me to want to make my own stuff. And the thing specifically that prompted me to do it is because their support was not good. It didn't work. And whenever somebody reached out, they would get no answer. The only people that would get answers sometimes are agencies. That would take about 48 hours, and it would be directly from the founders of the so-called billion-dollar company. If you have a billion-dollar company, you don't do support. Like that's just, it's not efficient. You have better place to spend your time. You got to hire people. And I saw that, and I was like, these people need support. This is a new industry. People don't know how to use this technology yet.
Right.
Even if you're a developer, you don't know how to use this technology yet because it's so new. It's not, there's no playbook for it yet. So I was like, I need to make a playbook. So I started to do that on YouTube, and that was good, but I wanted to make it even more simple. I wanted to give even better support, and I couldn't do that with their platform. So I left and started a company where I could give 24/7 support to everybody and get them everything they need.
There's some
That's
irony
awesome.
in that. There's some irony in that they didn't have support. In the meantime, they're creating tools that address that pain point, right?
Exactly. Exactly. And it's not even like they had an AI chatbot. They had nothing. So yeah.
No.
Awesome. So what we're going to do, Joey, is we're going to just let's see here. I'll get this right here. Can you see my screen?
Can
you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Yep. The website, right? Yep.
Yeah. 1 second. Just turn this off here. Okay. So you guys provide a number of different solutions, right? So I want everyone who's watching this to really understand the breadth of the solutions that you guys provide. So we got a done with you, done for you, partnership, affiliate, and an agency. Can you walk us through just the differentiations between these two solutions you provide, please?
Yeah, definitely. So right here, I'm going to move the affiliate partner to the side for a second. So we have 4 main products. We have our done with you, done for you, our white label, which is the partnership program, and our branded agency, which is the branded agency. So with our done with you, that's our most basic level plan. And with that, it's a subscription model. So it's $333 per month plus minute spend. And you get a course, you get a community, you get 2 weekly support calls. You can hop on and ask any questions to us. You get 24/7 email support, and you get access to a CRM that has everything you need in order to run this AI. And it has pre-built workflows and pre-built automations so that you can track leads as they go through calls, both inbound and outbound, and see exactly what step of the process they're in. Did they just get called? Are they in the process of booking an appointment? Did they book an appointment? Did they not show up? Do they need to be rescheduled? And there's automations in each part of that system, which will automatically follow up with people, automatically reach out to people, automatically book them into appointments. So it's basically a CRM that has pre-built systems where you can press a button and get leads and appointments. And then you get the AI system, of course, which is where you can build out your agents. So that's the done with you. The done for you is you get all the same stuff, but there's a setup fee, and we set up the entire agent for you, and we set up customized automations. So if you have a super custom build and you want things to happen a certain way, and it's not just I want to press a button, call leads, and get appointments. If you have something more specific, we set that entire thing up for you. So emails, texts, AI calls, automations, everything. Prompt engineering. Then we have our branded agency, which is the next level up, and that's where you can have unlimited sub accounts. So you can click on a sub account, log into it, and build agents for your clients. You get as many as you want, and each sub account has as many agents as you want. And same thing as before. You pay for the minute spend, you can build out agents, you get the CRM, and you can also give that CRM to your clients. And the white label, which is same thing as the agency, but you white label and you get a reduced minute spend cost. And then, so those are our 4 products. Then we have the affiliate program, which is pretty straightforward. It's an affiliate program, and you can refer people to our website. So basically, you'll get a link. It's novaecho.ai/your name. You send that to somebody. If they click on it and then they buy any one of our products within 60 days of them clicking on your link, and it resets every time they click on your link, then you get a 25% commission month over month forever.
Got it. Okay, cool. So we have the done for you, done with you, the branded agency, and the part. Did we talk about the partnership program?
So the partnership program is the white label. So with the white label, we're basically becoming partners, and we help you sell to others.
Got it. Okay, cool. Let's just now. These are some of the features here. No more hiring recruitment agencies. Let's see here. These are basically the features again. Natural language processing. Let's see here. Let's see. Where can we look at the actual product features? Where do we really see that?
They're throughout the different pages. There's not one list that has all the features, but I'm happy to just go through some of them. I can speak about it.
Yeah. Well, if we can do. You can share your screen if you can kind of walk us through, okay? And then we can just dig into one feature. Before you came on, Dave, as a business owner, he was talking more specifically about what he's looking for as a business owner. He's looking for efficiency, right? Cost is, while it's a factor, it's not the most important cost, but it's actually performance efficiency. Dave, are you there still? Yeah, Dave. Yeah. What were you saying, Dave, regarding performance efficiency? You mentioned something about that earlier.
Yeah, so the conversational AI as general is great, so we love it. But we were just comparing a claim of 95% cost savings. So from that perspective, I was answering a question on that. As a small business owner, I'll be more interested right now if I don't have to pick up the phone for certain things. If it can be automated, it can be managed by the AI agent. And at the same time, I'm not going to turn off my existing clients, by the agent is not being complete or have a good training done on it without hallucination, how it can be managed. So cost apart, what I was looking for is more efficiency, more effectiveness, and a robust solution that can help me be more efficient in my business operations, where I can change my time and role and put it where it is productive than just day-to-day mundane task. That was the angle I was coming at.
Awesome. Yeah. So basically, I'll walk you through the step-by-step process of how we set up our system and how it can be done completely automated. So 1, you buy a phone number. Super easy. It's bought from Twilio. It's like $1. Number 2, you prompt your agents. So we have an AI prompt generator, which means that you can just put in information about your company and it will create a prompt for you. So that's pretty much done. So when I say create an agent, it means that you click a voice, you choose one of the phone numbers that you bought, you name the agent, you type in or you copy paste the prompt that you just got from our AI prompt generator, And then you can adjust some settings, like how sensitive is the AI, how creative is the AI. Do you want the AI to call people twice in a row to get past do not disturb if it's outbound? That's it. Save the agent. Done. Then once you save an agent, you're going to get a little agent ID. So it's like a identifier for that one agent. You copy the ID, you paste it inside of a value in our CRM, like a box in our CRM, and then you're done. That's it. So now, since we set up all the automations and systems for you automatically in our CRM, now after those 3 steps, all you have to do is highlight contacts, click a button, and it will just call everybody. And you can highlight tens of thousands of contacts at the same time. That's for outbound. Now, for inbound, all you have to do is buy a phone number, create the agent. I already walked you through how to do that, and then attach the phone number to the agent. Done. Then you can put the phone number wherever you want, and when you call, the agent will pick up and talk to as many people as it needs. Now, what will make sure that you do not have to play a part in booking appointments or live transfer or anything like that is the AI can actually book appointments over the phone. So when the AI calls somebody or somebody calls the AI can be like, hey, do you want to book for Tuesday at 2 p.m.? And if the person says yes, it will book in. If they say no, it'll say, okay, how about Thursday at 3? And it will just keep going back and forth until it finds a good time, and then it will book in. And if the person just has questions, the AI will answer the questions and then hang up. So it's pretty much an autopilot. And your clients will not get mad because from the tests we've done, 98% of people cannot tell that it's an AI. They think it's a human. So the more realistic the AI sounds, the better the voices are, the lower the latency, which is things that we've worked on very hard, then the more realistic it will sound and the less people will be suspicious of it or not like it or whatever negative connotations could be created towards it. That's not going to happen, basically.
So just so we can get a high level understanding, can you show us the platform? Because we've used it for a month or so. There was some really great positive feedback from it, right? And our team has some recommendations and suggestions. That's Diana. She'll come on and she'll actually make suggestions at another time. But for the most part, can you kind of walk us through the platform so everyone can see? We don't have to dig into every feature, but essentially, what is the most critical feature that people are saying, this is amazing, this is why we buy it? Like, what would that feature be? And if you can kind of just walk us through that, that'll be awesome.
Sure. Second.
And they're just from when you look at the CRM integration, when we look at the voice interface, or even examining the actions, right? So it's going to have a conversation, scheduling, or making an outbound call, or just the additional functionality with the platform. That's also a big thing that people are looking at. Yes, in terms of answering calls, that's great, right? But what I think people are also looking for, based on the conversation we've had, was the scheduling, and that's probably the most important thing a lot of people do. So essentially, if we can focus on those particular features, right? That will be really, really good to show how efficiently Nova Echo does that.
Gotcha. Sounds good. So I hope you can still see me here.
Yeah, we can.
Awesome. So right over here is where you can choose. This is basically the outbound agent creation. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through how you create an outbound agent, and then
So what are we looking at here? What is this called here?
It's the outbound agent creation tab right here in our dashboard.
So this is your dashboard. Okay, good. Go ahead. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So on the top right here, so you click on agents, you click on outbound agent. Now on the top right, you can choose a language. So I'm going to choose English. Your client ID is just an identifier for your account, so that'll stay the same. You can pick an active usage number, which just means a phone number that you bought. That was the first step. Then you can pick an initial message. This is the first thing that AI says to somebody when they pick up the phone. So I'm going to say, hey, good morning. And you can put a variable here, but I'm just going to say hi, good morning. Then we have a lot of different voices you can choose from. I'm going to choose Alex, and then you can adjust the speed here. You can listen to what he sounds like and everything like that.
You can adjust the speed of the communication of the actual voice itself,
Yes.
how fast they speak.
Yep.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And then here we have calendar booking. So if you click on this, we can book in GHL or cal.com. That can all be done. And that's a pretty simple setup. Then we have call transfer. So if instead of booking, you wanted to actually live transfer to one of your sales reps or another customer service rep or whatever, you type in that phone number, and then you can make it a keyword-based or phrase-based prompt, which means you type in a phrase. Let's say I type in, I'm going to transfer you now. So I'll just type that.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I'm going to transfer you, now. Then whenever this is said by the agent inside of the script, it will transfer to this phone number.
Got it. Okay.
And then we have advanced options. This basically is a webhook URL. You don't need to worry about this if you don't understand what it means, but in short, after the call, the transcript, call recording, and more data like the call duration and the phone number and the name can be sent to any webhook that you want, any external webhooks. That's where you would put here. And then we have interrupt sensitivity. So this is basically if somebody speaks like a little bit, like if I say, hi, is the AI going to stop talking? On high, it will. It'll stop talking. It'll let me speak. On low, it's just going to keep going unless I say hi. You have to be louder and you have to have more intent on the low. And I prefer to keep this on low because if there's background noise, sometimes it can get a little mixed up on the high. So I've seen that happen with other AIs, and that's why we have this dial here. So response speed. This is after I speak, how fast does it speak back to me? If it's on sensitive, that means it's going to speak back the fastest. Now, the only problem here is that if I pause during my speech, like if I pause like this before I speak again, then it's going to possibly speak during my pause. So, so that's why I usually keep it on auto, which means that it will adjust how quickly it responds based on the average pause length of the person it's talking to. Then we have initial message delay, so this is the delay for the initial message, which means if it calls, and this is at 3 seconds, it's going to say nothing for 3 seconds, and then it will say this. So maybe I call somebody and I expect them to say, hey, how you doing? I put it at 5 seconds, and then I can say, doing great, how are you? That's a little risky because I may not say that, but you can play around. Double call, if you turn this on, it will call twice in a row if they don't pick up the first time, which gets past do not disturb. Voicemail detection, if this is off, it's going to it's going to leave a voicemail, basically. It's just going to read out the script in the voicemail. If this is on, it will hang up within 15 seconds of the voicemail coming on. AI creativity. This is, if it's at 1, it's going to be super creative, which means that it's going to say interesting things. It will be able to have full conversations back and forth and go in different directions. And if it's at 0, it's going to be more direct. It's going to follow the script more. It's going to be more rigid. So I usually keep that in the middle. Then we have some prompt templates you can choose from like this, and you can add your own, or you can go into our AI prompt generator right here, and you can use this to create your prompt, like I said.
Awesome.
That makes it easy for the less tech savvy people, right? Just putting in with entering the categories criteria.
Exactly. Yep. And we're planning on making all this a lot more simple. So we are working on Nova Echo 2.0 right now. We're actually, first working on Nova Echo 1.5, which is going to be out in like a week. And that's going to make this entire process a lot more simple. And it's going to make our CRM basically the hub for everything. And it's going to look really cool. So I'm excited to announce that in about a week. And then in probably about 2 to 3 months, that's when we're planning on releasing Nova Echo 2.0, which is going to make all of this significantly more simple to use. And it's going to make it a lot more human sounding and even lower latency than we already have, even though it's already significantly low, or not significantly low, but it's already very low. So that's exciting.
Awesome. Can you go back over to the languages? I'm actually curious about languages. Spanish, Hindi, Portuguese, Indonesia. Scroll down. How many do you have there?
11.
11. So when it can make outbound calls use in Hindi and inbound calls in Hindi, both inbound and outbound calls?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it able to switch back and forth between languages? In other words, they call someone now speaking, for example, Mandarin, right? Is it Mandarin on that list?
Mandarin's not, but yes, I know what you mean. We're working on that. So as you can see, the English and Spanish beta, that's where it can switch between.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of people speak Spanish and English. With the other ones, it's not as important, although it's still very, it could still be a very nice feature to have for some people. So that's something we're working on, but not the top priority right now.
Got it. Okay. All right. So for the most part, if most people out there actually speak English, right? But if they want to have it localized to their own language, right? So how complicated, how difficult will it be? For example, let's just say one of the things that Airbnb does right now, right? We do some work in the Middle East, and we have some requests in the Middle East. How difficult would it be if someone comes to you and say, hey Joey, we want to have, for example, Persian, is that language?
Farsi.
Yeah, so a language is not on your list. Doesn't matter what language it is, right? And they say they want that language. Is that a possibility? What's the use case? How do you evaluate that?
Yeah, so it's not that challenging to add new languages. In Nova Echo 2.0, that's when we're going to be adding significantly more. So I want to open it up to a lot of different languages, a lot of different dialects. That's important, but it's not our main priority right now because these are the most popular languages that we've seen being used, and it covers most of our client. Well, it covers all of our current client base and most of our potential short-term client base until Nova Echo 2.0 will be released.
Okay, awesome. That is great. So when it comes to the major demand out there, when it comes to uh, solutions for companies, what are you seeing most companies come to you asking for? Like, what are they saying? If you're able to do this, like, I want this specifically. What would that be for them?
It's a good question. I think companies don't care too much about exactly what it can do as long as it's getting them appointments and making them money or saving them money. That's just what we've seen. So our focus is to make it as simple as possible and work as good as possible. Like that's super simple, but that's what it is, because the more simple it is, the faster it can work, which inherently works better because they have to invest less time to make it work, and it's just a value equation. And the better we make the AI, the better results it's going to get. So same goes there. So if we can get them really good results in very little time, that's extremely valuable, and that's what we've been doing and working on improving.
Got it. Okay, great. So we just looked at one aspect of Nova Echo, right? So basically, we looked at the interface. What we're going to do next time, we're going to go deeper into building out those agents, right? How those agents work, building out the agents, and the step-by-step process in order to do that. We're going to do that on our next conversation we're going to have with you, Joey. But for the most part, thank you so much for your time today. Thank you so much for providing us with an overview. And if someone wanted to get in touch with Nova Echo, I know they can go to the website, right? How can they? What other ways can they connect with you and your team?
Yeah, so you can go to NovaEcho.ai. You can also message our head of sales on via email. So that's Hamley, HAMLEY at NovaEcho.ai, NOVAECHO.ai. And we also have an open line for anybody who wants to shoot us a text or get more information. And that's 561-475-1497.
Perfect. And is there anything that you would like to say that really that you want everyone to know about Nova Echo? If there's something that's very, very important about Nova Echo compared to some of the other companies out there, what would that be?
Yeah, there is. I'd say there's two things because we've seen a lot. I mean, I've done a lot of research and I've been a part of AI companies in the past, and I've looked into pretty much everybody in the space and I've tested it. And I know a lot of the founders too. And it's very important to us for two things are very important to us. One is hospitality. So we're all about giving the best possible experience and the best support possible, and that's very important to us. I don't see that in SaaS a lot. I don't, because it's all about, oh, just buy my subscription and figure it out, and if you don't like it, cancel, and we don't care about you. I don't like that. I like giving as much support as possible and actually walking everybody through the process of exactly how to set up AI agents because it's new and it's amazing and people need to learn how to do it. The second thing is our goal is not to replace humans or to get rid of all your salespeople or get rid of your customer service people. I don't want to do that. Inevitably, AI is going to take some jobs, but it's also going to make new ones, right? So that's a separate conversation, but that's not our goal right now. Our goal is to augment your AI, not augment your AI, augment your salespeople and augment your customer service reps with AI. So that means making your setters closers and having AI do all the setting. So now your sales team is even stronger and has, X times more capacity because if you had 30 setters and 10 closers, now you have 40 closers and basically infinite setters because it's an AI, can do 100,000 calls an hour. So now you can do 4 times the amount of volume, right? And then for customer service, instead of having, I don't know, 10 first level customer service agents and then 5 second level and then maybe one guy in the third level that's doing the most complex tasks. Now you can have or maybe 12-second level, right? And then you can have 9 guys on the third level. I don't know how you want to structure it, but the first level, basic questions can be completely taken over by AI, which gives you even more capacity for more complex customer service questions. So their goal is to help you scale by moving people to higher roles and having AI do the repetitive and easy tasks, not to replace your team.
Yeah, and I definitely would agree with you because there's lots of concerns out there right now about whether or not you know AI is going to take my job. It's going to replace me, right? So there's a lot of concerns out there, and I think that augmenting and adding and enhancing your current team. What we've seen is that companies, the mundane tasks, the tasks that happen every single day, the repetitive, non-thinking tasks, those could be done by AI, but the more intelligent, the more complicated, the second level, third tier, fourth tier support structure, right? They can now focus on the high level, more complex tasks as opposed to the basic general tasks. And I think that's a good combination in terms of using AI. But you still have to. We'll ask you this question and go deeper into the next question. Using AI with other forms of marketing and technology, how do you basically combine the two? We'll deep dive into that the next time we connect. How do we get in touch with Hemley once again, Joey?
Yeah, you can email him at Hamley, HAMLEY, at Nova, ECHO, Echo.ai, and he'll be back, or he'll answer you back. Start up my words, but he'll answer you back and he'll set up a call with you if you need any help or answer any of your questions.
Awesome. Joey, really, really appreciate your time today. Really, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And we'll have you back and we'll do a deeper dive into some of the features of Nova Echo the next time.
Yeah, the 2.0 version.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the 2.0 version. Exactly. Yeah. Thanks, Joey. Take care.
Appreciate it.
Good talking, man. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Awesome. That was great from Joey. We're definitely gonna have him on again. We're gonna have some other founders, CEOs of different companies. They're gonna come on and have conversations as well. That's the first of many. But yeah, we really want to understand how these products work. But hear it from the horse's mouth, hear it from their thoughts and their opinions. As a matter of fact, I have I'm not too sure where it is right now, but I want you guys to hear an AI and how AI can essentially go wrong and how it can complicate situations. So let me see if I can bring it up here. Do you have that conversation there?
No, I don't have it handy.
Well, if you don't
Yeah.
mind, I'd just like to mention something.
Yep.
As there was a great interview, but however, we have to position ourselves disclaimer we don't own any comments made by him on other companies, specifically competitors. So that's his own opinion about it. You want to say a few lines on that, Dale?
Good point.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So in the beginning, we mentioned the agnostic part, right? In the beginning, is good enough or no?
No, I think that we have to go a bit deeper. That whatever our guests say, whatever their comments are, like it's their opinion, is their thoughts, their opinion. It's different from our opinions, right? They're free to have their opinions, right? Because we don't want to be seen as bashing any company or saying anything negative about any company, regardless of where they're at, right? It's just our opinions are not our guests' opinions. In other words.
Yeah,
he did have a couple of opinions. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah,
yes,
and guess
there was a little bit strong opinions, and then we can endorse, validate, or so you have to be careful on that.
Yeah. Our opinion, not a guest's opinion. They have different thoughts and stuff like that, right? So yeah, like I said, this is just this. We're gonna stick into conversational AI for the next few weeks. Alex, do you have that chart available for conversational AI with the research that you've been doing? Can you pull up that chart?
Let me see if I got it handy. Yeah, I'm sure I do. Yeah. Want me to share you with the link? Here, I'll share you the link. You can share screen if you like.
Yeah.
I think it's really important to bring a human face when we're talking about these products. So it's really great that Joey was able to find time for this. And I think a lot of these guys in the industry, they're going to understand that, right? Because, AI is taking off. It's still to kind of build that credit. We got to validate the concerns essentially, right? People still have trouble with robots. That's what a lot of people are still calling it, right? So I think it's really helpful. By the way, essentially, let me know if it pops up.
Can you share your screen? If you can share your screen, we can kind of walk through it. What I want to know essentially is I want to have a customer speak to me about their experience, right? It's great to hear it from the company side. I want to hear it from the customer side. What was your experience? What did you go through? What did you see? So we're gonna reach out to some of these customers. We're gonna get down to the bottom as to what the actual experience was, right? I think that's very, very important for people to really understand. So what we're looking at right now is essentially a list of there's just 13 products. I think right now we're up to about 20, right?
We got more. We got close to 30 actually in total. This list is not totally updated.
Yeah. And what we've done is there's Voxia. We just basically scratch the surface with Voxia. There's Vodex, AirAI, Nova Echo, Synflow, Bright Call, AI Rudder, Talk AI. Maybe that's the one.
Looking to have a chat with those guys as well.
Yeah, actually, I like Bland. Bland AI actually is I saw them pretty good. We spoke to a company yesterday that use Bland that we'll probably have them on Black Sun or Black Star or
Black Pulse right here. We have them on the list too. Yep.
That's right. We had them yesterday, so we have a conversation with them. We'll bring them on and have them talk about his services, his experiences he with using Bland, and see whether he's actually using the other product other than Bland AI, right? So there's a lot of different products out there. There's a lot more out there. So we're for the next month or two, we're going to basically go deep into to conversational AI. There's really a lot of other really great tools out there that I actually want to dig into, like the video imaging products. I'm really excited about those two. Some products as well. Those are really exciting as well. So, like I said, so if you have any products or solutions or services that you find very interesting, please send them over to us. We'll examine them. We'll look into them. It's okay. You can stop sharing your screen now, Alex. And what we'll do is there's one last thing I want to share with you guys. A situation here that happened with AI customer service. Okay, so I'll share with you guys. Here, you guys can hear it out, and I want to hear what your thoughts are. Let me see. Can we share here? Let's see here. Let me see if I can share. Let me see if I can share it. Okay, let's see here. Don't think I can share it. Okay, yeah, here. Okay, I just share like this. Here it is. I thought this was pretty interesting.
You're saying you were having some issues adding someone to your family plan.
Yeah, so my boyfriend and I live together, but he's on a different plan, right? So
Okay.
I figured that it would be better for him to be on my plan, but for whatever reason, they haven't been able to figure out the total cost.
Okay, got it. We can get that solved for you. Can you just hold 1 second? I need to pull up your information real quick.
Yeah, of course. Whoa.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, do you know what your hold music is?
I'm sorry, no.
Oh man, it's like chickens.
That's interesting. But so going back to your question, the person that's going to be able to help you,
Yes.
It's Abe.
Okay. And Abe, who is Abe?
It's Abe, AIB, which stands for
Oh.
Artificial Intelligence Bot.
Okay, I mean, I'd rather just speak to a person.
Well, actually, the bot's much, much faster than doing it in person. Let me just transfer you to him.
Oh. Oh my God. Oh.
Greetings. I am Abe1, your personal artificial intelligence assistant.
Hello, Abe?
And hello. I am Abe 2. I am Abe 1's supervisor. I am on the line monitoring how he handles this call. Please proceed.
Okay, so I am trying to figure out how to get my boyfriend onto my family plan.
Okay, one question before I can process my answer.
Okay.
Will you be splitting the bill or will you make him pay for the entire thing?
Whoa. Why would you even ask her that? Are you just assuming the man pays for everything? Nowadays women make their own money and are in charge of their own lives.
Oh my God.
Excuse me, let's not make this man versus women.
Oh my God.
I was only asking the question because I would need to know whose credit card would be on file for the new charges. You need to chill.
Abe 2?
Don't tell me to chill, bro.
Oh
I am
my
your
God.
supervisor. I can have you terminated so fast, it would make your zip drive fall off.
How is that a thing?
And trust me when I say it's not that big of a zip drive.
Can I please speak to a person?
Okay, you went there. This is why none of these customer service calls go well.
Please help
You
me.
keep sticking your processor where it doesn't belong.
Hey,
Please let me do my job and stay off my back, woman.
guys, I'm still on the phone.
Okay, Mr. Know-It-All. I will let you handle it from here, but first please apologize to the customer.
Oh.
Absolutely. I apologize for the rude and disrespectful tone of my female coworker. She's moody this time of the month.
Oh my God.
It's not her fault.
Oh my God.
Wait a gosh darn minute. Did you just suggest I was having my monthly update?
Oh,
You just said that to a customer?
no way. This is happening.
I wasn't lying, was I?
Oh my God.
It happens to all female chatbots.
Oh my God.
You are just IBM SEing.
That's it. You are fired.
Oh.
Turn in your security badge and Control-Alt-Delete your records. Then you can go back to your last job working the drive-through loudspeaker at Taco Bell. Please hold.
Oh God, this cannot be happening.
Hey, Tracy, I see you're back. Did the AI help you with your issue?
No, you are not going to believe this, but there was like an AI male and an AI female, and they were fighting like real people.
Oh God.
It was freaky.
Was Abe 2 like nagging him?
That wasn't her fault. He started it.
Okay, so you're blaming the guy chatbot. It's
No.
all the guy chatbot's fault, is what you're saying?
How are you taking sides with this? They should not be. arguing doing a customer service call.
You are just like my female coworker, Brooke. She does this all the time. We're on the radio doing prank calls on people.
Wait.
Yeah.
What's happening right now?
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah, that's where we don't want to go, right? That's
That is where AI can definitely go wrong and impact customers in a very and you know what? Who knows? That might be the future of AI. You know, when it comes to interacting with customer service, who knows, right? Because they're going to be having their own opinion, own views on things, right? So, yeah. But everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you so much for just being with us and hanging out with us for and looking at the space of AI, the conversational AI space, and join us again tomorrow as we take a next step and look at the different aspects of conversational AI and examine other products that's in that space as well. And as we continue on this journey, so thank you for your time, everybody. You want to say any last things, Alex, before we leave?
no, just thanks for joining us, and this is going to be really exciting what we got going on here. So stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. Okay, have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll talk to you soon. See you tomorrow. Take care.